Welcome back, people. It is episode 12 of season 4 of the Taxi Squad podcast. You will be listening to this on March 21st. We are currently recording on March 20th. We got a lot to get into today. Some strange and unusual talk, oddly sexual, some baseball talk, some NFL talk. The XFL Wheel of Death returns. Called the UFL. The UFL Wheel of Death, brand new. And we have, nonetheless, some NCAA basketball tournament talk, some NBA talk, and baseball's back, baby. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Vince, how the hell are you, man?
I'm good, dude. Wearing the green because I didn't last week. Happy St. Pat's. Belated St. Pat's? Is that the word for you?
Belated St. Pat's, yeah. Happy
then
belated to you.
Happy belated to you, everybody. Also, it's a holiday today, Mike. The day that people are listening, it's a holiday.
Yeah, it's the most Caucasian holiday of all.
Yeah, the beginning of March Madness.
Yeah, it's end of quarter, and most white males who are in finance, sales, or in anything in between usually take Thursday and Friday off to go sit at your local sports bar, get too intoxicated, and make bets that you're not going to remember.
Well, let me tell you, I will be taking Friday off this week.
So am I, but I'm taking it for completely other reasons.
Me too.
And it's not to watch the tournament. I'm just
Why are you taking it
spending time. My wife is on spring break.
Ooh.
And we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of tournament watching, but it's going to be more pool day oriented, if you know what I mean. Yeah, which will be nice because not many people will be there. Get the pool to ourselves, have the game on in the background. It'll be wonderful.
Well, I'll be at a pool too, Michael. I will be at a pool in Jamaica. I will be in Jamaica this weekend, and I will be watching all of the games. Yes, sir. I will be watching all the games from a cabana in Jamaica, and I am looking forward to that.
Sounds awesome.
Yes.
Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
It's my buddy AJ, and he takes me every year, and I love him dearly. And I told him this year that, hey, man, I got all the insight. I know what's going on in March Madness. We're going to win this bracket tournament in Jamaica. So I'm looking forward to it. We're going to lose it because at the end of the day, no one knows what the fuck is going to happen.
Many people look at me and say, wow, how'd you create such a wonderful bracket? I said, well, many, many moons of research and many, many trials and tribulations.
Why?
That's how you know I make the best brackets. I have the best bracket of all out in the first round.
Why do you think Trump doesn't make a bracket? Because Barack Obama always puts in a bracket.
Who?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Oh,
yes.
Yes, forgive me, Barack Obama.
Also part Irish Barack Obama. Fun fact.
I don't have time to watch basketball between the deals and every other deal that I have going on the table. Many balls, many balloons in the air, as they would say. Can't keep up with all, so I don't have time to put together this silly bracket. That's how I could imagine.
It is exactly how he'd say it, to be honest.
Right. No,
yes.
It's so true.
But I guess Barack Obama is the only one that gets a bracket, which, I mean, known ball knower Barack Obama. Let's make it honest. I can't imagine Joe Biden making one.
Barack knows what's...
He knows what's up.
Go ahead. Barack knows how to handle the balls.
Ah, get out of here.
From his wife,
allegedly.
Snell,
allegedly.
Michael.
Allegedly, dude. Come on. We're a sports show, Michael.
Don't know much, but I just know that could be a man. It's a man.
We could segue into one horny topic to another, and that being today's strange and unusual, which lands on former holdout star, best running back in the league for a bit of time, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. he's living the Tyreek Hill dream right now.
Sorta.
Yeah.
I mean,
Only thing my brain could go to.
Tyreek Hill's in his own bit of trouble. I liken this
You
to there's some questions about domestic violence, but we don't know yet. So it's not a strange and unusual until that's for sure. But what I can tell you is one guy loves getting his DS'd, brother. He's Nintendo DS and not what you think that is. Le'Veon Bell started an OnlyFans, Mike. You sent this to me.
I did send it to you. I was about to say, like, hey, credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
I found it. Le'Veon Bell is on the OnlyFans. It's not just showing calves like our future OnlyFans will be.
Yeah.
Showing calves, showing a little tum. But, it's just showing full-blown dong.
Yeah.
And he loves to remind people that, to Vince's point, he loves getting his DS'd.
Yeah, he likes getting his Nintendo DS'd. He has been out of the league for a little bit here. He did go for the Chiefs for a bit, and I don't know if you've been catching Antonio Brown all over the Twitterverse. He's coming back, and then so is Le'Veon Bell. I got the link, and I was like, listen, you were like strange and unusual. I was like, I don't know, because we don't really know what's on there, because I didn't look at the slideshow. And then I clicked on the slideshow, and let me give you
full slideshow.
Let me give you some examples of what the man said.
What did he say?
On his OnlyFans, he says, of course you like what you see already, but if you want more, you just got to ask. And he does like one of those faces, a little side eye. Also includes just pull your pants down right here and let me slide in real quick with a monkey covering his eyes and then a water emoji. One of them says, my dick's getting bigger, which is cool. Doesn't leave a lot for the imagination, but that's pretty cool. He also said, I can go as many rounds as I want, baby. I'm like Muhammad Ali, fucking athlete. So proud of him there. He said, time to go to Pound Town. I'm going to need about 8 minutes. So he hits.
I mean, I want to start a new segment like Vince reads sexual tweets from athletes. This is a new one.
There's the Ray Allen. When Ray Allen accidentally tweeted out his sex that he was sending to a lady, that was pretty fun. I would like to say that Le'Veon saying, I'm going to Pound Town, I'm going to need about 8 minutes, means that he knows how to hit a hole and he knows how to get out of there in a hurry. So he figured it out. And then the final one that I want to talk about here is, I promise I'm going to get to everybody's customs, just a lot more people than I was expecting. I just want to be sure I give you the best vid possible. Hard eyes. So, yeah, if you want to see Le'Veon Bell bearing it all and just going to quote-unquote Pound Town.
This is the world we live in today,
man.
We had Greg Olson being one of the best rappers of his time. Now we got Le'Veon Bell out here, talking about hanging D on the internet. And what is it? I wonder what he charges. That for us, Vince, is a wonderful baseline, is to potentially one day, what we're going to charge for these juicy calf pics.
Yeah, he didn't. The screenshots here are posting don't have a price. You got to assume decent amount. He's trying to recoup the amount of money he would have gotten if he signed a contract. And what's wild about this whole thing is that you have running backs this free agency period signing big contracts and also probably seeing this like, hey, I really don't want to have to post suck me up while I smoke. You gonna have my cock too quick. So they don't have to do that anymore. They're just on a football team, which is what they preferred to do in the first place.
Who said that?
Le'Veon Bell, brother. That is also a post that he had on there.
Man.
I didn't read them all. I did not read them all.
Don't need
Sunday fun day, but first I need head from ya is one of them too. Also, if my mom's listening, I'm sorry.
Mom, we're sorry in advance. If you're listening to this, just skip it.
Yeah, apologies. Well, she kind of already heard all of it, bro.
Just let them know in advance.
Yeah.
Well, Vince, you know who else is gambling on their future?
I do.
Is none other than Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Hey, give it a shot. Say his name.
Ipe Mazuhara.
That's probably pretty close. I don't know how to say it myself, but it's probably
Hey,
pretty
I've
close.
watched enough Kill Bill in my life to know. So Ipe Mazuhara.
That's your
Very
reference
close.
point to Japanese people is Kill Bill.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
No, it's good. I like it. It's good.
Tori Hanzo, Ipe Mazuhara, and Shohei Ohtani.
That's pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie. Hopefully we don't get canceled like Shane Gillis, but I like
Why
that a
would
lot.
we? I mean, it's just saying names.
Yeah. Well, I did see a video the other day. It's a little bit of squirrel before we get into this, but I did see a video of a guy saying French. He's like, this French people keep getting mad at us because they're saying it's croissant. But like, are French people going to be talking about hot dogs and saying like, "Whoa, see, hot dog"? Like they're not going to do that. They're going to say it in their native tongue, like their accent. So like, why would we say croissant if our tongue is croissant?
It's like, you know what I refer
It's
to?
more
It's like
offensive if you say it like that. It's more offensive.
It's like talking to like a truly native bilingual person who's either Mexican, Puerto Rican, or Spanish, or whatever.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to lunch for some quesadillas or whatever. They know the inflection. We don't. We don't have. It's not our job to put the inflections on the syllables and the emphases and whatnot.
Do you want to go to
It's
a
not on us.
taqueria? You trying to go to a taqueria and eat some tacos?
No, I will eat a croissant and I will go to the taqueria
And get
See,
some
I did it.
tacos.
and I will get tacos. Get your tacos.
Not Italians. British people
Just
say
sound like a
taco.
Midwest. Just sound like a typical Midwest woman. Oh no! We just gotta go down there and just get the best tacos.
Get some
Get
tacos.
some beef
Dolciano.
quesadillas.
I love that Chipotle. I like that shit a lot. That's
And what is it with boomers can't say Chipotle? It's just they can't get the layout. It's just Chipotle.
I don't think they want to. Chapo. Okay. Back onto what we were talking about.
Back to Ipe Mazuhara.
Mazuhara.
Allegedly
Yes.
is being fired
No, he is.
from the Dodgers organization.
Not even allegedly.
as-
Fired already. Done.
He's gone
Axed.
for allegedly stole millions of Ohtani's money for illegally gambling the money. Was he betting on the sport is my next question. Was he betting on baseball? Because that could be totally fucked up if he was.
A lot of it's pretty close to the vest right now. So this man, we've seen him a lot. We've seen him every time Ohtani gets interviewed. We see this guy. He also is the translator for other guys on the team that are also Japanese. So this is honestly a big loss for them. But they've kept a lot of this stuff close to the vest. Shohei Ohtani is suing him and claims that he has spent in the millions of dollars on quote unquote illegal gambling. So that could go from doing something that's illegal but through a legal outlet, or he could be doing it through like a bookie, which I feel like is probably more realistic, like a Japanese bookie or something like that. Gambling is very popular in Japan. That is a fact. Like, that is a known entity. Also popular here as well. But just the fact that he was stealing millions. I don't understand how he has access to millions of dollars from Shohei Ohtani.
Who knows? Shohei seems to speak the language.
Found it out. Hold on.
Breaking news.
The superstar transferred $4.5 million to cover Mazuhara's debt, and Mazuhara available to detail made Mazuhara available to detail what happened. Story took a turn when Ohtani's spokesperson disavowed what Mazuhara had said. So it looks like he was getting in trouble, and Ohtani's like, "I got you, bro." And then he was like, "I'm just going to use more of this money to gamble instead of pay off my bets."
Well, he's clearly got a real deal problem because
Yeah.
Shohei was like, just go pay off your debt and let's move on.
Right.
Under the table, let's keep it low key. And then clearly he was trying to hedge his bet. It's like that movie Uncut Gems.
Oh, exactly. Where it's like, oh, here I
Right.
can bail you out, and it's like, oh, everybody can win if I just win on the Boston Celtics.
Which
Like,
that
yo.
movie, by the way, if you've another squirrel, if you've never seen Uncut Gems, watch
Yeah.
that film. Awesome movie.
It makes my nuts tiny and my fingers do this the whole time because I'm just nervous as fuck. You're just
Josh
like,
Afty, great director.
Yeah.
Wonderful director.
And the thing is that Julia was Adam Sandler's muse in Uncut Gems, so that's pretty cool.
No, Josh Afty.
Josh Safdie, that's what it was. I was the
Yeah,
muse
it
in
was
Uncut
Josh
Gems.
Afty in Uncut Gems. She also had a thing with Ye.
With
Yeezy.
Kanye West.
I used to love Kanye.
This guy, I want the old Kanye. This guy,
Bad
probably-
news, Kanye.
he lost quite a job. All his credibility obviously out the door, but what a job to have, especially with like one of the most popular athletes in the world from a worldwide standpoint. Plus having multiple guys come into the team as well. Like
Dude.
he was set for so fucking long. And this is what got him. It sucks. It's so dumb. It's so bad.
Addiction.
Like,
Addiction, man.
It is.
It's a terrible cycle. Addiction
Yep.
is a very real thing, and whether it's gambling, alcohol, drugs, whatever,
Yep.
sex, it's all relevant. You know, these guys have some issues, and it can rear its ugly head. It doesn't matter how much money you're making, or you feel like you're spotless
It's a
in a way. You
shame,
feel like
though,
you're
man.
untouchable. It is. And
It's a
maybe one
shame.
day he comes back for the next big star and learns his lesson. But
no,
what happens when you fuck around with people.
Blacklisted, dude. If anybody's
It's
like,
like-
"Hey, I need an interpreter," like, well, you could take the guy that stole like $4.5 million from Shohei Ohtani. It's like,
Yeah,
I'll take Craig down the street instead. Like, what are we doing? You know, like
we'll
his
take
credibility's fucking gone.
call her on Monday. Never mind.
I was like, where's it going with this?
So I believe that this had to be going on for a while.
Yeah.
And now it's just all, it's like what's the old term? What's done in the dark will eventually come to light.
Yep, that's it.
One of those. So Ohtani, they'll replace him. I mean, his interpreter, 3 seconds.
Well,
get the
what
next
stinks is
guy
there's
up.
only one guy that knows Japanese and English. No one else in the world knows that.
No, that's not true.
I know.
I just hope his new interpreter is just like the whitest dude ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
who
Go
knows
grab Craig.
Japanese.
Go grab Craig. Dude, I don't know if you saw this, but there's people online that will like be linguists and they'll be able to speak like Mandarin Chinese and Japanese and Korean. And they'll go and like talk to people at American establishments, like Korean American establishments, and walk in and just start speaking perfect Korean. They're all like, whoa, like you could do that. Like there are
Yeah.
guys and they sound like their dialect sounds so proper that I'm
Beautiful.
like, it could be a possibility, but I don't know. We'll see.
So shout out to a good friend, currently at PA, the University of Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Chinese culture, Brennan, good friend. He married a girl from Shihan, China,
Ooh,
speaks Chinese fluently.
nice.
He's also studying Mandarin. Very smart individual, but to your point, speaks it to the T.
Properly. Yeah.
So if we wanted somebody on the pod to go into this in further depth, could totally get it.
He said he knows Chinese.
Fluently.
This is about Japan.
I'm just saying he knows. We probably got a
He
guy.
knows.
He's got a guy.
He's probably got a Japanese guy. He's probably
Got a
got one.
He's got a guy. Just saying. He's
I
been in the
got you.
Chinese culture thing. Like whenever I'm with him, we'll listen to like Chinese rap.
Dude,
And
some of that
it's
shit
aggressive.
rocks.
It's
Yeah.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Some of those beats get after it, you know?
I got really into a Russian EDM group the other day too.
Yeah.
I would tell you what their name is, but it's in Russian. I have no clue. But maybe I'll send that to
What?
everybody. No,
Mesh.
no. It's not like an aggressive one. It's very much like a dance beat. We are all over the fucking place today, but it is okay.
ADD in full effect for all of our lovely listeners, and if you're the same, you love it. Now, I will say this: I do hope, back to the point, it's like a dude by the name of Richie
Right.
who's just like, "Hey guys, nice to meet you. I'm the new interpreter."
And then he's just like, Shang Cha, Shang Cha. And you're like, whoa, whoa. It's cool.
It's true.
Yeah, there's
That's
plenty of
what it
people
is.
out there, and even like again, like he's probably gonna want to bring his own guy, and that's all great. But just know what you got. Just know what you got. And don't be doing
Dodgers
dumb
are
shit
like, we're
this.
paying you $1 billion. It's a person of our choice. Fuck
This
off.
man is a celebrity, not Ohtani, his interpreter. Like everybody that watches baseball knows who he is.
Well,
He
yeah.
outside of Ohtani still playing, like after Ohtani's done, he's still getting jobs. He's still getting paid for that.
Think about the pool of men available in Japan. They're all like maybe 6 foot if they're lucky.
Yeah.
Smoke a lot of cigarettes and eat fish. Like
Right.
that's what you do in Japan and watch baseball.
I mean,
So,
that's a
chances
mass
are-
generalization, but I know what you're saying.
What? It's true. I
Every
mean, Vince,
single
if you
one.
and I go to Japan,
I'm
we
smoking
are.
cigs and eating fish, brother. I am. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, right, right. But I'm just saying, we are the talk of the town. They've
Yeah.
never seen anything quite like us.
Yeah.
2026, it's happening. Right?
Okay.
We will
You
be
know
there
more
for
than
the World
anything.
Baseball Classic.
I think
2
they have
years.
seen whites in Japan, though.
Not like us.
They haven't seen
Just-
these fucking guys.
They haven't seen these thick Italians from Chicago.
Yeah.
They
I
haven't
don't.
seen these guys.
You walk
How
in,
you doing?
how you doing? And they're
You guys
like,
got beef sandwiches here? Or what?
they're just like sushi. It's like, how you doing? Give me some Italian beef. You got some jad or what? The fuck? What are we doing?
It's not it's Jadnad.
Jad
You better get it right. Jadnad.
Jad
It's not Jardinara.
You just make up fucking
Jadinad.
letters and shit.
It
It's the
ends with a
Italian way.
D. Same thing with not marinara.
Same thing with
Madnad.
Le'Veon Bell. It ends with some D. All right.
Uh,
The NFL, should we hop into it?
yes, why don't we?
First things first, to get it off the board, everybody knows we're going to talk about it. Justin Fields is a Steeler. Justin Fields traded for a 6th-round pick. Conditional, can become a 4th-round pick given playing time. Did we get fleeced?
Well, let's do the math here. Sam Howell
Yep.
got traded to the Seahawks
Mhm.
for a 4th and a 6th-round draft pick. So I don't know, Vince. You tell me. I mean, he got traded for the same thing Mac Jones got traded for.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you haven't paid attention or been living under a rock, basically Justin Fields got traded to the Steelers for a 6th-round pick in 2025. That 6th-round pick can become a 4th-round pick based on his playing time.
Yep.
And I'm sitting here like, really? But Sam Howell, who hasn't done much of anything and is little and
Well,
went to UNC.
they both haven't done much anything, let's be honest.
Well, I get it, but I'm sorry. You put the tape on of one, you put the tape on of
Sure.
another. I think I know. I mean, would you rather have Justin Fields as your starting quarterback from an
All day.
athletic standpoint or Sam Howell, who's undersized, granted has a big arm, but he's not Justin Fields. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little just like, all right, now we have a clear vision
Right.
and let's move forward.
Yep.
Allegedly, though, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about it. The Bears had better offers on the table
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
for Justin. But per my sources, the Bears went with the target that he wanted, which
Yep.
was the Steelers. He wanted to be a part of
Good.
the Steelers organization, which, mind you,
Good.
he's not even going to be a starter. So
He will be at some point if Russ fucking sucks.
I'm kind of leaning at Russ is going to suck.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause
I
Russ sucks.
So that was the point that I was going to say. And I think that gives them more good graces than to be sending him anywhere and then taking the best deal. Like, I understand that point, and that's why fleece is interesting, because if you look at it from solely how much do we get back for our investment, you're like, yeah, you can make an argument that we got fleece. Like, Sam Darnold they got more for Sam Darnold than, like, like, if we're being honest. And, like, I don't know, like, how you want to rate those two together. I know you're a big Sam Darnold guy, but I would rather have Fields right now too. But I think as far as good graces are concerned, like polls, it's like, yeah, Even if we're not keeping the guy, like, we're keeping their best interests in mind. Like, we're not doing whatever's only best for us. We're going to do what's best for everybody in aggregate, which I do think it's good to, like, get people to come in. Don't let Fields leave on a negative term. A lot of people liked him, and now we're looking at it. You know, we're a team that has a clear vision. We got rid of him. We got a 6th or a 4th, depending on how it goes. I'm kind of okay with it. I am. I'm like, all right, like, we did what we needed to do. We took care of our guy, and then in the future, anybody else, like, if we do have to trade them away, they know that you're at least going to have their best idea in mind when they're doing it. So I like it.
So, you want to hear something crazy?
Sure.
If you had a guess how much older Sam Darnold was compared to Justin Fields, how many years do you think we're talking?
2.
Now, be reminded that Sam Darnold was drafted in 2018.
Yeah.
Almost 6
2.
years ago.
2 years.
A year and 8 months.
Ooh, I was pretty close. Look at me go. It is,
Sam
dude.
Darnold is 26 years old, slated to be 27 years old in June.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is 25.
Yeah.
Bananagrams.
Well, you can always go back to the good old Lamar Jackson being 27 years old right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It's true.
crazy. 2 MVPs before 27. Yeah.
Crazy. I'm just saying that Sam Darnold could potentially still be a viable starting option
I do.
for the Vikings.
I like him. I do like Sam
I
Darnold.
love Sammy. I have for years.
I know. And part of me hopes he is so bad, just so I can finally put it to bed and be like, Mike.
He's not bad. That's the problem. He's not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, show me when he was good.
He led the Panthers to an 8-8 record, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna almost a playoff berth with a shit team.
Yeah, kind of, though. He wasn't even starting the whole year.
Just saying. And I think if he starts in lieu of Brock Purdy, many
Wait,
people
8-8
could say he's
2
more
years
athletic.
ago?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah, they were
mean, we'll
they were
see.
like 8-7 going into the final 2 weeks or week of the season.
I mean, we're going to see. He's the starting quarterback for the Vikings for as far as we know right now.
Well, we'll get into it. We have mock
Yeah, for
draft
as far
central
as
coming
we
up
know.
here in a
Yeah.
few weeks. There's a
Yeah.
lot more to come out about this, but back to the topic at hand. So
Yeah.
the Bears were also moving and shaking in the same week. A
Mhm.
lot of deals being done. A lot of deals. Keenan Allen is now a Chicago Bear. The
Yeah.
Bears traded the 4th pick.
Yeah.
Not the 4th pick. Their 4th round draft.
Oh,
pick
yeah.
to
No,
the
yeah.
Chargers
Not the
for
fourth
Keenan
pick.
Allen.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. To the Chargers for Keenan Allen, a 32-year-old wide receiver with an injury history as long as a Harry Potter book.
Yep.
Not a huge fan. I love what he does when he plays.
Uh-huh.
Not sure where we're headed next with this, though. Just not
I like it. I like it a lot.
sure. Why?
I think that a change of pace for players
Why?
is good. He most certainly is a 6-time Pro Bowler, which is something to keep in mind for this man. He last year he started 13 games. If we can
Sure.
get Keenan Allen to start 13 games for us, that's great. He in the mass majority of his seasons has started 13 or more outside of 3 of them, one of them being 10 games. So it's not like he's going to be out the whole time. He also had the second most receiving yards. All right, stay with me now. Stay awake. He had the second most receiving yards of his career last year. He also had 7 touchdowns, second most of his career. And his receiving percentage is higher than the majority of his career as well. So we're looking at a guy that is still producing at an elite Pro Bowl level, because he was a Pro Bowler last year, as our number 2 wide receiver. When is the last time we had that type of talent in our receiving room?
Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. I digress.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Right,
all
which
we all
was
know how that
fucking
ended.
great. That was
Yeah,
great.
and we all know how that ended.
How?
Anyway, not good.
Yeah, they got
It was
to the
a
NFC
fucking mutiny.
Championship game. Didn't they? Or no, Marshall wasn't on the team then. That was Knox.
No. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know.
digress.
DJ Moore is a little less insane than Brandon Marshall, I would say.
I'd say they're both a little bit more mentally stable. I would agree. That's when guys still had like real deal mental problems in
more
the league
diva
and
wide receivers back then.
Yeah, a lot more. But with that, though, I'm in disagreement of the fact that I understand the talent that he is.
Yeah.
But with that 4th-round draft pick, you could have drafted a wide receiver.
Yep.
It just shows me that this organization doesn't trust themselves
Well, they're in
to
win
draft
now,
a wide
brother.
receiver. I get it, but at 9, you could have taken Ramadunze or Malik Neighbors.
They probably will.
They're not, though.
Why?
You realize that's what this means. They're not going to. If one of those two guys is there, they're not taking him. They're either taking Afawashu from Penn State, which I butchered that, or they're going to take Joe Alt from Notre Dame.
Alt's going to be gone.
Put it up.
I want Joe Alt. I want Joe Alt.
We want
Joe
Joe
Alt.
Alt.
Clear.
I would love
but
Joe Alt.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone at that point. He's 6'7". He's a fucking monster.
But not necessarily. Looking at the draft, there could be some movement.
Right.
There could be some things happening here. Pause. That, when you look at that,
Le'Veon?
right? It's not out of bounds to say Joe Alt. What if Tennessee takes another wideout?
And honestly, if they
there's
take
a lot
Joe
of what
Alt,
ifs here.
protect our guy. I like that at the end of the day.
What if Afawashu or whatever the fuck his name is from Penn State sitting right there too? He's also a wonderful left guard. Played 5 years.
Yeah,
left guard.
I'm more of a tackle guy, obviously, because you defend the outsides. But regardless, because we're gonna need to fix that interior line regardless. I think that their plan here, and I think this is what I like about it, is they are setting everybody up to have veterans, to have guys that have played well around our key piece that we're going to be drafting. A lot of times, and you'll see us with Fields, and this is how everybody's saying that we failed Fields, and we fucking did. We absolutely did. It just didn't work out. 3 coordinators in 4 years. All of that is absolutely true. But just looking at it from you got Waldron, who's new. You're going to have a new quarterback. Let's get as many talented and proven people on the team right now that can push them forward. Because at the end of the day, we were 7-9 last year, right? 7-9, 8-8, somewhere around there. I don't know how it works anymore.
7-9,
7-8. That's something like that. Yeah.
7-9, 7-10, whatever that is.
Yeah, 7-10. Right. So we're a team that's on the cusp, and if Caleb Williams can come in and have guys you're not going to have to teach a rookie. You're going to have to teach a rookie differently than you're going to have to teach Keenan Allen. That's just the reality of it. And if you got some guys that are hey, this is how the NFL fucking goes, that'll be good. Not to mention, Keenan Allen's trying to be on a winning team, and he's trying to prove it. So now he's going to us, and he's going to be like, this ain't the Chargers no more. I'm going to fix what the fuck I'm doing right now. It could benefit positively to them.
Allegedly, there was a conversation the Chargers had with him about taking a pay cut, and he said, no shot. Just trade me. And that's what they did. Now, he's got 1 year left on his deal, and then they owe him $23 million. There was a $6 million cap hit that hit 2 days ago.
Yep.
That they paid, and hopes of restructuring his deal. Yep. Now, to kind of bleed this into the next topic, Caleb Williams had his pro day today, Wednesday, the 19th, I believe.
Yep.
Today's the 20th.
Today's 20th, rather, yeah.
20th. So today was Caleb Williams' pro day. He did nothing short of wow.
He threw the ball far. Threw the ball
really far and really accurately, and he's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Looks the part. Keenan Allen notably was there in full-blown Bears garb.
Yep.
So was Ryan Poles, Shane Waldron.
Eberflus.
The Flus was loose.
Hey, you see the kicks on those boys?
Yeah, pretty dope.
They were swagging, dude. I liked it. I liked it.
I want a pair. I want them to have me want a pair,
Yo. Hey, yo. Whoa.
What did you do?
My Siri's freaking out. All right, sorry.
She heard me. Anyways.
She's like, I want you too, Mike.
It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
Yeah,
that's my only feeling right now. I'm excited. I wish there would be a little bit different ideas around this draft. We'll see what they do at 9. They may trade back. There's a lot of things they could do here. There's so many opportunities in this draft to really create a hell of a team.
Yeah.
To your point. But then you do need an edge rusher that could be alongside Montez Sweat, which I believe is all
that.
It's all realistic. So
hey, you didn't like that, but you didn't like that when that happened.
It makes sense now that, 6 months of time I get to process.
Yeah.
I'm truly with it. I see the vision. I just hope it all comes together. It's my only concern, but I believe Caleb is a guy, and I've said that on this show for years now.
He had a very, very reminiscent throw to one of Zach Wilson, which got the internet going, and they're like, Caleb Williams, new Zach Wilson. First off, shut the fuck up. Incorrect. Caleb Williams didn't play indie ball last year. Caleb Williams did, there were some ups and downs, but he did win a fucking Heisman 2 years ago. Like, the talent level is so far different between those two guys. So I just wanted to put it out there that Caleb Williams isn't Zach Wilson. And also, Caleb Williams, a little short, maybe, which has some people worried. But he's only an inch shorter than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is pretty good at football last time I checked, Mike.
I'm not worried about the height. He's thick. He's got thick legs. He's a big kid for his size. He's stocky, and he looks like a professional athlete. So he's not Bryce Young. He doesn't have little hands. He doesn't smell like cabbage. He is a legitimate dog.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a quarterback any real level other than Mahomes make the off-platform throws quite like him.
Yeah. I had one friend, and I love this man dearly, but he was like, well, did Caleb Williams even play baseball? Like, Pat Mahomes throws a sidearm because he played baseball. I'm like,
okay, maybe he played baseball as a kid. God
right,
knows
that's
he's
what
a
I'm saying.
freak fucking athlete.
I was like, I don't think so, dude. I think he was playing football year-round since he was like in 8th grade.
Justin Fields played baseball.
Right. How'd that go? Russell Wilson played
out.
baseball. He won a Super Bowl.
I mean, do we really believe, though, that the Bears gave Justin Fields an honest shot to be their starter? Do we believe that?
I think they could have helped him a whole lot more. I don't think that they did, but I also think that this
17 games, though? Ryan Poles gave 17 games in total.
No, I mean, I'm with you. If he did something that blew us out of the water, I'm just saying the rest of his tenure with the Bears was kind of difficult to succeed. And I'm not saying we should have kept him or anything like that. It was just more so this probably wasn't the best scenario for you. It probably didn't work out great for you.
Got him DJ Moore. Said, all right, I got you a number 1. How do you do with that? And
a new offensive coordinator again.
No. He had Luke Getsy for 2 years.
Yeah, and then he had 2 other guys for the other 2 years. That's what I'm saying. It's like it isn't fair because they also went through a full coach overhaul, and then his whole opinion on football had to change. Like, I'm not saying
All right.
It's better off that he's on a different team
Real
for him and
ESPN scenario coming up here. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Who makes it to a Super Bowl first? Caleb Williams or Justin Fields?
Oh, my God. ESPN would say Justin Fields because Mike Tomlin is a proven coach and the Steelers go to Super Bowls.
And Justin Fields is that brother.
Yeah. All right.
I
was like, was that your Stephen A. Smith impression?
My micro Stephen
A. Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. He's a likable guy. Everybody on the team liked him. Everybody in Chicago liked him. Let's make it fucking clear. I had more people telling me that we shouldn't get rid of him than people that told me that we should take Caleb Williams. But this is obviously the best call because, and I heard this is all credit to Part of My Take today, but I heard this on Part of My Take today, and it was like, everybody's like, yeah, people on rookie deals aren't Super Bowl quarterbacks. And it's literally everybody except for Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes that have played in the Super Bowl in the last 9 years, 10 years, all were on rookie deals.
True.
Except for the 2 best
Tom
quarterbacks
Brady's
of all time.
First Super Bowl was on a rookie deal.
Right. So that is a fucking thing. And people that don't say it, shut up. Because the Bears still have so much cap room. They have so much cap room still. Their cap availability is still 20 mil or something like that. It's something insane. They have a lot of room to work with.
they have a lot of room to work with. They really focused on the interior offensive line, which we'll see. There's just a lot of depth, no real proven commodity there. Hopefully they could draft somebody in the second round. I still believe at that 9th pick they're trading back. All right.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Small Bears corner there. Caleb Williams is the Bear quarterback of the future. And we said that on this podcast about a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, Norman Nate, when he was at Oklahoma, was yammering for the guy. That was I think that was like my 7th or 8th podcast with you. Was Norman Nate saying, hey, this backup for Oklahoma is pretty fucking good.
Literally,
now look at us.
We've been on to Caleb Williams from the beginning while he was a backup at OU. Shout out to Norman Nate. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the moment you've all been waiting for.
Is it time, Mike?
XFL, UFL, Wheel of Death. This is the predicting force behind who and Vince, who Vince
you
and I
yes.
will be rolling with for the
Yes.
remainder of the UFL season. There's a total of 9 games. We may be live for one of them. Stay tuned. Vince,
Some people will say.
bring up the fucking wheel.
I got you. So for people that don't or that may have just joined us recently, last year we drafted XFL teams and we took them. Mike wanted to be a Battlehawks fan, but I said no. You got to let the wheel decide, babe. That's what we have to do. So we're doing that again with the UFL. Right now we got, what is it, 8 teams, 7 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's
5.
a total of 8 teams in the UFL.
Why are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Usually
6,
there's
7.
an odd number of teams,
1,
Vince.
2,
So
3,
you
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one am I missing, Mike?
I don't know, Vince.
Oh no! Oh no! Arlington, Birmingham, DC, Memphis. Arlington, Birmingham, DC, Memphis. I don't think I have the Houston Roughnecks in there, do I?
Gotta add them, man.
I don't. I'm adding them. All right. Sorry, guys. That was a little bit of being a dumbass. Roughnecks. Here we go. All right. Do you want to go first or should I?
How many spins of this wheel do we get? Is it just one and done?
Uno, my friend. Uno.
All right. Let's do age before beauty. Just get it over with.
All right. Mike's team. Here we go. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da. Oh! He's going to get him! He's going to get him! Oh,
Let's go!
St. Louis! He got him!
I am a
man.
Cock
Dude.
fan. Let's go. I got him.
Congrats. Congratulations to you.
I got him. All right. I'm rolling with the Battlehawks this year. I am blue and silver through and through.
I hate that happened. I hate that happened.
I'm so happy I went first.
I thought it would have been... Yeah, can you imagine if I got him, dude?
I'd be really upset.
That would have been brutal. Mike has quite an allegiance to the St. Louis Battlehawks, so happy for you there. Let me get rid of your boys here since that's your team. Mind you, last year I got the worst team in the XFL.
You got Orlando.
Mike got the best team in the XFL, so let's see how this goes here. Oh, God.
Oh.
Dude, I don't even know what a Brahmin is.
They won it all last year.
What is a Brahma, though? What is a Brahma?
I don't know what a Brahma is, bruh.
San Antonio Brahmas.
You're a Brahma.
Well, I'm about to learn what a Brahmas is. That's essentially what I'm doing right now. But there's our teams. Mike's got St. Louis.
It's some sort of a dead bull cow.
Dead bull?
I think it's what's a Brahma?
Murdered cow is what I'm cheering for this year.
You're cheering for. Hey, I'm cheering for a fighting bird. So take it easy.
All right, but you wanted that. I'm so happy for you. Make sure you tell your family that you got the Battlehawks. And then I'll be the Brahmas or whatever the fuck it's called.
It looks like a chicken.
I need to know what this is.
A Brahma is a chicken.
Brahmas.
The Brahma's name comes from American Brahman, a hybrid species crossbred from sacred blue and American cattle. So you're a cow.
That's This is what I'm getting
Purple.
when I type in Brahmas.
I'm seeing a bunch of cocks.
I think I'm
Meaning chickens.
I think I'm the chicken team. It's okay. What we'll end up doing throughout the season
American cattle. Sacred zebu and American cattle that Johnson has long used as a personal mascot, whoever Johnson is.
Yeah, I mean, the logo is very cool. It's also the same colors
Pretty dope.
as the Taxi Squad logo, so I gotta love that. And it does look like a cow, so I'm happy for it.
This team is owned and operated by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, and boom, bitch, let's go. Welcome to the Thunderdome, dude. Let's fucking go.
Shut up, bitch.
I
time
love
you
it.
win
All
now.
right. I'm
All
a
right,
massive
so Vince
Brahmas
and I have our
fan, dude.
XFL teams.
Yeah.
Much more XFL content to come.
UFL. You got to get it together. UFL.
I'm regardless, the XFL and me will die hard. So, St. Louis, San Antonio, it's happening.
It is.
We got some UFL ahead of us. Pay attention to the content.
Well done.
And first and foremost, Vince, baseball started. I mean, what are we doing?
Baseball
doing right?
started. Baseball has done it again, Mike. Baseball has successfully done maybe the fucking weirdest thing in the world. Like
Just confusing the shit. I thought it was just like, oh, they're doing spring training in Japan now.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of texts today about this. Opening day was today. Did you know this, Mike?
I didn't.
Either did everybody else. And that is because
So
they played-
poorly announced.
Yeah, the Padres and the Dodgers had an exhibition match, but it counted for the records in Japan today. That started at 5 a.m.
I'm out. How does an exhibition count? It's
It
an
doesn't.
exhibition.
I know I said exhibition like an idiot. It's not an exhibition. It's an official game. It is completely official. They go out in Japan. The game was very fun to watch. It was very cool to see Japan like that. They were very jacked. Nothing about this is against Japan. It's more so like, hey, American sport, why would your first fucking game of the season start in Japan is my thought. And it's a week before every other opening day. Like, spring training's going on still for other teams.
Yeah, I'm going to spring training this weekend.
Right. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys?
Why?
I know.
Why wouldn't you do this like halfway through the season, maybe before the All-Star break?
That was my thought. But also, okay. So the issue I can see from this is that you have to travel really far. They play every day. It's probably going to throw them off their, rhythm, whatever the hell. You know how baseball players are. They're like, we need to be exactly like this.
Circadian.
Yeah. So like cicadas, like the bugs. The baseball players are very much like on a schedule, all that stuff. So I kind of get it to a point. And then I also don't, because we have a whole week now where we're like, oh, we're back to games not counting. So the Padres are the worst team in the league for 8 days now. And the Dodgers are the best team in the league for 8 days now. So congrats to those teams. And it was cool. It kind of ended kind of lame. Like, the Dodgers ended up winning, which is fine. But it was kind of just like no one knew about it, man. I woke up at fucking 6:30 and I was like, I got a text like, anybody else up for this game right now? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm just going to throw it on. So I watched the second half of it. But like, I didn't know about it until that I got that text.
West Coast now.
Like, you had to
that
stay
game
up.
was probably on at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Who in the hell's watching that?
For the first game of the season. Like, again, you should have it somewhere where it's not the first game.
This is just Rob Manfred 2.0.
Manfred, baby. This is Manfred Ball. That's what we're looking at.
That guy is such a stooge and clown.
Yeah.
I have no other, like, he is a three stooge, right? I don't know if he's Mo, Larry, or Curly, but he's
All
one of them.
three combined.
Oh, yeah, it's America's pastime. We should do the first game of the year in Japan.
Stupid. I don't think it
when
is
no
anymore.
one can watch
by the
it
way.
at 6 o'clock. What do you think football is?
Yeah.
Mm.
Probably is.
Don't forget history, Vince. Either way, it was a
won't.
dumb move from a marketing perspective, and they didn't market it at all. They weren't like,
No.
first game of the year,
I
Japan.
think they did in Japan.
Boom.
I think they did in Japan. They're trying to make it a worldwide game, which it is. But it's just kind of, hey, man,
I'm sorry.
still
The
ours.
global idea only works if you're a true global entity.
Yeah.
And you're not there yet.
Well, they kind of are. What do you mean?
I mean, baseball is, but the MLB isn't. It's not like the NBA.
Are you saying
One
from
can
like being in different countries? Like, because Otani's like the most famous athlete in Asia.
And we've been sourcing talent, just saying MLB has been sourcing talent from Japan for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise.
Right.
It's not like the guys from, I don't know, Australia or some shit. I
mean, it is kind of a foreign entity, though. Okay, the basketball absolutely is, like the majority of the players are, and we're gonna get to that in a moment. But I don't know. It's like, yeah, I like it. I think it makes sense, but it's also like, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing opening day a week early in a different country? It just doesn't.
And
make sense.
my question is, are they going to come back to AZ now?
And then spring training again. That's my question.
Are you going to get back to it? Chances are they brought like the squad then that they're going to have. Like,
what? No, they brought all their starters, man. They brought all their starters.
I know, but what if there's like Ethan Salas or one of these guys that you're potentially looking to bring up? Like, you just finalize your roster right away? I mean, what if there was a battle for a position? I don't know.
You don't. You take whoever probably needs service time. That's really what I'm thinking. It's probably just anybody that they're not going to get screwed by sending them up and down. I don't know, man. It's really fucking confusing. But, I mean, it was cool. The actual event was very cool. It was just classic MLB handling it all poorly. Do you remember last year? Or not even last year. I guess, yeah, last year technically. When they did the awards, the MLB awards. Do you remember that?
Do you know about them?
And no one fucking knew about him. Why are they so bad at this?
We were like, yeah, well, the MLB awards are today.
Right.
Not like
and
he gave a fuck or knew
I
about it.
was like, Mike, guess what? There was a show. And you were like, what? I'm like, yeah, I didn't fucking know about it either. No one knows about it.
And then the MLB network and then the MLB app itself is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, they don't make life easy.
Yeah. So
shitty. It's clunky. You can only watch games on certain providers. It's dumb.
Listen, I do marketing. I can help you guys out a lot at the MLB. You just go ahead and give me a call, and I'll take care of business. And we're going to start that by making Mike Trout marketable and also stopping people's interpreters from stealing $4.5 million from people. So that's where we're going to start.
Also, making the Taxi Squad podcast the official podcast of the MLB.
Yeah, that's going to happen naturally, but I didn't want to tell them. I just wanted to kind of slide that in.
Burying the lead.
You know how like politicians make it like, this is the like free food bill, and then under it they're like, we can also attack people whenever we want. You know, they would just add that shit at the bottom.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. I'd be like, I'm gonna help market you, and also your official podcast is Taxi Podcast. Just tuck that in on little bylines.
We know what we're doing. We know the spin.
Yeah.
Well, Vince, in other news, this happened in between last week and this week. Blake Snell is now a San Francisco Giant.
I think everybody thought he was gonna be a Yankee.
We all kind of did.
Yeah.
Considering Garrett Cole went down and all of it, but Giants came to the table. So.
Listen, man. Scott Boras. A bad thing might be coming for the man by the name of Scott Boras. Because
he's made his money. I think he's okay.
He made his money already. But I think we're getting a little bit of a spin off of what it used to be for the man. Because if you look at the contracts that his clients have signed this year, like, that was a good contract for Snell, but also he's a 2-time Cy Young, coming off of his second one right now, and the best he can get is a 2-year deal because they were asking for more money from every team and no one budged. And the Cease deal happened, and that kind of is a domino effect on Blake Snell becoming available and then signing him. But it seems like the whole Scott Boras thing, he's kind of betting with himself now since so many guys are signed to him, and teams are kind of getting smart to that, and they're like, all right. Like, dude, Blake Snell signed with 1 week of spring training left. That's kind of insane.
Well, he probably won't start a real game until halfway into April.
Which is kind of bullshit. That's not what you want to do.
Well, no. As any NF or MLB team, no way.
Yeah.
No way. I do believe, though, that it was the right decision for a team like the Giants to go get him.
Yeah, that rotation looks cool now.
It looks really good. I just think, to your point, Scott Boras has kind of earned himself a reputation of just being like the neighborhood dickhead that nobody
Right.
really wants to work with anymore.
Well, you
They're
know,
like, okay, well, we'll just wait you out, dude.
you got Bellinger on opt-out deals. You got Blake Snell on an opt-out deal. Like, you can opt-out deal all you want, but if you want to get that Pujols deal, like, you're going to have to sign a long-term. And I think, like I said before, we're hitting the point where supply and demand is becoming a little bit differently. And, like, the actual spread of talent is becoming a little more widespread. So that could actually cause an issue then, because he's just like, well, this is the best player. It's like, yeah, but I can get 85% of his talent for half of the price of him. Why wouldn't you take up that guy, you know?
It's true, especially when you look at some of these farm systems out there and how stacked they are. I mean, we even discussed it with Ian when he was on the podcast. There are guys in certain organizations that are just hanging there.
They're
that are
waiting for
almost
their shot.
just as
Yeah.
talented, if not more talented, than guys playing in the league. So there's a lot of opportunity to be had. And I feel like really good teams with great analytics departments and great scouting departments understand that, and they don't really waste their time on spending that big money anymore.
Yeah.
Unlike teams like the Chicago White Sox.
Who will
But
never
I
spend money
digress.
ever again. So we're all right.
Yeah. Well, you know what you should save up on, though?
Well,
Is the
if he was on the
costs.
Yankees,
Yeah? Yeah, he'd have to get rid of his mustache.
some would say.
You'd have to not look like a pirate if you were on the Yankees. Now, if he was on the Yankees and did decide to shave his mustache, he would use our great friends at Henson Shaving.
This part of today's episode is brought to you by none other than our friends at Henson Shaving. If you guys have been listening to the show for a while, you already know that we swear by Henson Shaving. We've been using them for months, and there really isn't a better product out there. The Henson razor puts an end to shaving irritation and cuts while also making your skin feel comfortable and smooth. This razor is made by using CNC machines to aerospace standards. That's right. Rocket ships, people. That means it's made to very tight tolerances, meaning that the combination of how securely it's held and how minimally the blade is exposed delivers a smooth and safe shave no other razor can offer. It's literally one blade. Be safe. Please be safe. They're very sharp. You twist on the top and you get to work. It's that easy. You remember the beard bet? You remember me shaving off the whole thing. If you need to watch somebody use it, go on my Instagram and check it out because it's really that easy. Cost of ownership averages $88.20 every 2 years, which is essentially $177 less than normal cartridge razors. They're sustainable. It's precise. It's Henson Shaving. It's got a nice weight to it. It's made out of metal. None of this plastic garbage. So please use the promo code THETAXISQUAD, THETAXISQUAD at checkout, and you'll receive a 100-pack of blades free with the purchase of the razor. So you go on the site, you add the razor that you're looking for, and then you add a 100-pack of razors, you'll get those for free. For most users, this amount of blades will last you 2 to 5 years, depending on how often you shave. So that promo code, again, is TheTaxiSquad at HensonShaving.com. Go check it out. Basketball. Mike, we are in a rare time where we get to talk about basketball for like half of the podcast, and I'm so excited.
Basketball, give me the ball, because I'm gonna dunk it.
Basketball. Wasn't that Family Guy? Was that Family Guy?
No, that's SNL.
That's what it was. Okay, I got it. We'll talk a little NBA, and then we'll move on to the NCAA because we all have opinions on tournaments, and we all have people that we took. But the first thing I want to talk to you about, and I sent this to you when it happened, because this man has dog in him, and his name is Anthony Edwards. He dunked, and if you don't think it's a dunk, you're a dumbass, but he dunked the ball over John Collins so bad where I feel like John Collins needs to move out of the country.
I mean, he may want to change his name to that refreshing, delicious cocktail known as a Tom Collins, because this boy got stirred and drank. All right? Just
That's
saying.
good. That's good.
That boy, he got destroyed. Posterized.
Moisturized.
Moisturized.
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is arguably the best player on arguably the best team in the West right now. He is American-born, which is a rarity because if you're talking about the best guys in the NBA right now, not the most like established, like obviously you got Steph, obviously you got LeBron, but the best guys playing in the NBA right now have to be Jokic, has to be Luka Doncic. Watching Luka the other day was insane. You got a lot of Europeans, and my argument for this has always been you should have all of that so you get the American guys fucking going because you're like, hey, this is why this is happening because the Europeans are killing.
The level of competition in Europe and these guys are starting when they're 14.
Early. Yeah.
And playing real deal grown men.
Yeah.
So they've had that level of competition their whole life, and it's a lot different than, AAU to, playing at Duke or UConn or wherever you go. It's a lot.
Right.
I believe we may see a change in the guard here. Maybe, hopefully. There's always like 2 or 3 guys that come out every year that are American-born that at least make it in the league. They aren't superstars like an Anthony Edwards.
Well, yeah.
Or the next hype, but they're there.
That you're looking for. I mean, you had like the Scoot Henderson last year, and then like, I don't know if you've seen Wembanyama recently, but oh my God, this guy is fucking good. Like, he might win Defensive Player of the Year as a rookie. Like, that's how good this fucking guy is at basketball.
And to your point, if they're from across the pond, usually they play defense.
Yeah. Like,
and it
granted,
shows.
if you're 7'4" and you're athletic as shit.
Unless you're Vukic.
Yeah, Vucevic. Yeah, he's like, I think he's 6'10".
Vucevic. Unless you're Vucevic, then
yeah.
you're just a big old soy boy, Eastern European who doesn't play basketball.
For what it's worth, if we're going to give anybody on the Bulls credit, because I do give this guy a lot of shit, even though I did like when he came in, DeMar DeRozan might be the best clutch player in the NBA this year, which is very cool. But overall, that team is not very good, obviously. But Wembanyama in his last 5 games, 6 blocks, 7 blocks, 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. You're lucky if you see 1 block from a person, and this guy is fucking averaging almost 5.5, 6 blocks a game is obscene. Like, you can't... Okay, in the last 10, I want to make that clear. Not for the fucking year, because he had a minutes restriction for the beginning of the year. I think he's somewhere around 4, and I don't have his thing open right now. But Anthony Edwards is the American hope. He is like I'm going to be the American player, and I'm going to be a beast. He has slashing ability. He can shoot it from around, and he can take the ball, and he can run it down court, and he can command an offense. Like, granted, looking at the Timberwolves, you have an aged Mike Conley, but still a solid point guard Mike Conley. You have the 2 towers in the middle. Rudy Gobert is obviously such an asset, especially on the defensive end. But just being able to have this guy, especially without Cat, playing at the level that he is awesome. Also, it's cool to see the Timberwolves play well, because the Timberwolves are always fucking bad.
And they haven't been good since Kevin Love was on the team, or even
And they
KG.
weren't even really good then. It was like KG mostly, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's great for the sport that the Timberwolves are competitive. I also think Anthony Edwards is like, I don't think he's missing Cat on the court that much right now, because it's all about him, and he can take over, and he has the ability to take over.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he put his balls in John Collins' face the other day and yammed it on him.
He stirred him up like a Tom Collins. Change his name, baby.
I love Anthony Edwards. I'm a huge goddamn fan. He plays like Ja Morant, but he doesn't have any gun issues right now, which I like. So he does have, and I don't know how much you've watched this guy, but he does have he has some Derrick Rose to him. He's slashing down there. He's going up regardless against anybody. He's just stronger than everyone. So all you can hope is that he stays healthy and he has people behind him that allow him to stay healthy. That's my fingers crossed, because I do think
don't put the Maloikio on him. Don't put him in the same sentence as Derrick. Like, he's explosive like prime Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
But
it's play style, because even John Morant's getting hurt a little bit too. It's like, you got to be smart about what you're doing. A lot of people are liking his game to the one man named Michael Jeffrey Jordan, which is very cool. Some people are also saying, I know, I'm not saying he is
not
Michael
bad.
Jordan. I'm saying his play style is similar to the man. And then he's also getting the Jimmy Butler type deals and asking if Michael Jordan might be his dad. Like there's a lot of that shit going around right now too. So he's got that dog in him.
MJ was dropping some loads back in the day, you know?
Hey yo.
It's true.
It is true.
He wasn't necessarily the prototypical great husband, you know?
I do think Michael Jordan did be fucking, if you will, but
did be. That's
was
great.
did be
Be fucking.
He do be fucking. But Anthony Edwards, regardless, keep fucking going, keep being the American dream. And one guy that's not from America, Mike. He's from a place that's going to be a little closer to where I'm going to be this weekend. DeAndre Ayton, not the American.
DeAndre Ayton went to U of A.
I know, but he's from the Bahamas.
Really?
I believe so.
I was not aware of that.
This is what.
Can you confirm that?
Yes, I will. He was born in Nassau, so I am correct.
Wow.
Very cool.
Who knew? Tallest thing that tropical island's ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. He's like a tree. DeAndre Ayton, he hurt a little bit in the beginning of the year, you know, and you got to feel bad for the guy because he says that people forget the humane difference of him adjusting. He said, I was sleeping on an air mattress. And my reply to that is, you're making $32 million. You can afford a hotel. Or, hey, no, hold on. Hear me out. Go buy a bed. Because you're making $32 million fucking dollars. What are we talking about?
What? Like, okay. This is, people want to know, Mike, why aren't you a fan of the NBA? Want to know why I'm not a fan of the NBA? For these fucking overprivileged baby back bitches coming out in fucking public media rags talking about the fact of humanity. Meanwhile, children are being fucking murdered overseas in Gaza.
Right.
Okay. Innocent kids. And you're talking about humanity because you had to sleep on a fucking air mattress.
And he played like
more
shit
income,
in the beginning of the year.
More income than most households do times 30.
Yeah.
Fuck off, dude.
It's insane.
I can't. This is why I can't stand the Ben Simmons of the world. This is why I can't stand the general archetype of soy boy NBA grown ass bitch boys. I can't stand it. It drives me up a fucking wall. Like, stop it. You want to talk about humanity? How about you suck the first half of the season?
Right. And that's
How about
the thing.
Just you sucked?
It's like, and regardless if this is like a throwaway statement or anything like that, it's like you had the ability to adjust that and they didn't give it to you, so you're going to cry about it. Like, I'm generally pretty pro player most of the time. Like, out of the two of us, I'm way more pro player than you are. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But in this case, you're like, hey, man, you got a max contract from the Suns, and then they were like, he's not. He sucks. Like, why do we have him? They got rid of him because they were like, he's a crybaby, and he's not that good, and he won't do his job. Let's send him to Portland. And he gets to Portland, and he's like, I'm sleeping on an air mattress. It's like, dude, you can walk into fucking American Mattress, or what's the one that everybody thinks is money laundering? Mattress Firm. You can walk into Mattress Firm and spend like $850 on a really nice mattress and sleep really well. And that $850 means fucking nothing to him because he's making $32.7 million on his contract. Like, per year, mind you. This is like a $200 million fucking contract.
Or you could go stay at any major Marriott, Hilton, or IHG property in the wonderful city of Portland.
Mm-hmm. It's insane. What
he acts like he's living on like one of the homeless encampments.
Right. That's
I find it ironic.
Yeah. This is like, and he's playing really well right now, and that's all fine and dandy. The only way to ruin that is like March 18th, 25 points, March 16th, 20 points, March 14th, 31. constantly averaging almost over 10 rebounds. Like, that's what you look for in this guy. But for a regular season right now, he's 15.9, 11.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and he's averaging 32 minutes, which is kind of what you expect out of the guy. That's what you should be getting. This isn't like, hey, good job on being fucking normal. Like, who gives a shit that you're playing like a normal guy at your position is? Like, that's insane.
If he came out and said, you know what, I had a rough time acclimating to a new environment and a different time zone and all this good shit, and just say I was getting my bearings with a new team and just figuring it out. That's why I had a slow start, and I'm starting to feel comfortable now.
I'd give it to him. Yep, I'd give it to him.
Fine. Say that. Don't say, oh, the humanity. I make a bajillion dollars and sleep on an air mattress. Well, that's your dumbass.
That's your fault. Dude, that's like me calling my job and being like, hey, I didn't sleep too well. Like, I'm not going to do anything today. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. And they're going to be like, not going to happen. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Or like, hey, I've been sleeping on an air mattress. And they're like, why? Go get a mattress. What the fuck are we talking about here?
I mein, listen, DeAndre Ayton, if I don't have to sleep in an air mattress, when I go to Vinny's bachelor pad in the treehouse.
You don't have to. I got a whole ass mattress for you.
Just there you go.
Right.
There you go. Have Vinny send you his mattress. $1 million.
Yeah, but you got to pay for shipping, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, you bag of dicks.
It's just insane to me. And like, I like the way he plays sometimes, but he just lacks all motivation a lot of times. And it's, you know who we got picked in front of, Mike?
Ben Simmons?
Nope. Way after Ben Simmons. A man by the name of Luka Doncic and Trae Young. And the Phoenix Suns.
Everybody loses their minds over a big dude anymore.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to find Greg Oden.
Right.
When Greg Oden was Greg Oden, he was amazing.
And then he wasn't. And that's the thing.
It's really hurt really fast.
Yeah, like it was always Luka and Trae who's going to be picked second and third. It was always Ayton's going to go first. And God damn it, if, you know, maybe I don't even think it's recency bias. It's just like hindsight's always 20/20. It's like Portland, if they got Luka and they had Dame and like they were playing together, or not Portland, excuse me. The Suns, if they had Booker and they had Luka Doncic, you're looking at a completely different Phoenix Suns team. So I don't know, man. It's infuriating to me to see this and just be like, you're acting like there was no other solution, and there was. And like, granted, there could have been other shit, but what he said in that interview was, no one's being humane. I'm using an air mattress, which is just so crazy to me. It's just a crazy concept. And that's that on that. The bracket's here, Mike.
I could go on for hours.
We don't need it. We know
about how much I hate it. So, to that point, though, DeAndre Ayton was a monster in college.
Yep.
And U of A was very good at that time. And they're also very good right now.
Yes, they are.
In the men's basketball March Madness tournament, which this is the time, Vince, that Basketball Mike is in full effect.
Welcome.
I got off of a full weekend celebrating our Irish heritage. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Snap, snap, snap.
Snap, snap, snap.
Vince is embodying that. He's green. I'm purple. With
hey,
that,
Christ, I'm wearing the green today now, laddie.
Oh, shit, he's wearing the green and Mike's in the purple. Anyways, we have the March Madness tournament about to pop off today. And Vince, you got some topics here. We're going to bounce around a little bit before we get to our picks. So.
We were talking about this today. I have done so much research this year. Not on purpose, but just like listening to shows. You know, while I'm working, like I'll pop on a podcast or pop on a live stream or something like that, and I'll listen. I'll be like, okay, good to know, good to know, good to know.
The Taxi Squad podcast, right? You're listening to the Taxi Squad podcast?
Yeah. So I record it, and then I edit it, and then I listen to it.
Mitchell plug, by the way. If you haven't subscribed, hit the bell.
Please do.
Subscribe.
You'll always know when
download
we release every Thursday.
I'll tell you again at the end.
Every Thursday at midnight, 3 years in a row. It's going to happen. Yeah, so it's bracket season, and I've been watching and listening a lot. I talked to you, and it was more so like, yeah, I got together, got a couple ideas of what we're doing. Like, the knowledge base regardless if you listen to everything and learn everything and watch everything. Like, I've watched so many games. And if you didn't, it doesn't matter. I want to make that clear right off the bat. Your
Don't
TikTok made a lot of sense. Doesn't fucking matter. No one's going to.
Doesn't matter.
No one knows what's going to happen. And you never do. So I wanted to.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. I'm going to go through a lot of cool information that I've learned that might help you if you're filling out your bracket before that first game happens today. Just know that all this information means fucking nothing. So,
Without further ado.
First off, the selection committee decided on the teams, and there are snubs. People are pissed off that Virginia's in the bracket this year, Mike. Have you had a chance to watch Virginia play basketball?
I'm assuming they're not very good.
They're okay, but they're possibly the worst team to ever watch play basketball. It is slow. It is dead stop. It is decent defense. Like, you're looking at a team that just painstakingly scores back. Like, there's no fun. There's no enjoyment. If Virginia were to make it to the championship game this year, I don't think anybody would watch it because they'd be like, this is literally fucking masochism. So, they're in the Oklahoma. Some people make an agreement that they should be in it. The Big 12 is kind of difficult to make into the bracket this year. The Big 12 didn't do well, and that also means the Big East didn't do well. The Big East, some would argue, is the best conference as a whole in all of college basketball. The Big East, St. John's, Seton Hall, and Providence all didn't make it with better records than all of this, or both the 16 seeds and both of the 15 seeds. So, are all four, excuse me, sorry. So, it's kind of like, all right, how are they deciding to do this? And they're spreading it across all of them. The SEC has a lot of representation this year. The Big East probably should have had more. Am I a Big East guy? Yeah, because I'm a DePaul fan, obviously. So, like, I'm going to always run that way. But regardless, they had, I think, 3 teams, maybe 4 teams in this bracket this year. And there's 3 other teams that should have been in there, especially Seton Hall. A lot of people are making that argument. And then finally, Indiana State, the place that Larry Bird became Larry Bird. They had a man by the nickname of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that I think I've sent you a couple times. He's a big boy, and he gets in there. He makes every shot that he's doing. He's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Indiana State also didn't make it, otherwise going to the NIT, which is a shame. But those are all the teams that didn't make it. Teams that did make it are kind of interesting. So, a couple things that I think would be funny for you. BYU is not the seed that they are supposed to be. BYU, they changed their seed because their game was going to land on a Sunday. And BYU can't play basketball on Sundays because it's a religious institution.
Why? Because they're Mormons?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So they were supposed to be a 5 seed, and they became a 6 seed instead, which is kind of unfair a little bit because now they're playing Duquesne or Duquesne if you're a Midwesterner. So now they're a 6 seed playing against Duquesne instead of them being placed on a 5 seed and having to go against UAB, which some people argue UAB is a better matchup than Duquesne. So, second thing. So if you're building your bracket, University of Illinois has been very talented the last couple of years. We've seen them try to make their move.
Really good on Sunday against Wisconsin.
Yes, they
really
did.
Good.
Yes, they did. Wisconsin also in the bracket. U of I hasn't made a Sweet 16 since they went to the championship in 2005 against North Carolina.
Wow.
So if you have them in the Sweet 16, you still got a little bit of time. You might want to edit that because I don't know if it's going to happen. And that allowed me to do BYU versus Illinois and let BYU be the upset against Illinois because unless they do it, I'm not going to take it.
Don't talk about your bracket yet, Vince, because we got to go pick the pick here.
Well, I know, but I'm
conference, Midwest,
we're gonna,
Southwest.
We'll go, Elite 8, Final 4. I'm not going through 160 or I'm not going through 62
come on, let's
teams.
do it. We got to go every matchup, baby.
All right, fine with me. Third thing, Kansas injured. Kansas is injured. Watch out. Maybe in a couple rounds they'll be okay, but Hunter Dickinson, University of Michigan.
So is Houston.
Man.
Houston is also injured.
Houston's very injured as well.
That guy's not coming back until next year, man.
Dickinson will be back later in the tournament if they can stay in there. Fourth thing, Dalton Connect, a man that I have brought up a couple times. Dalton Connect might be the best player in the entire tournament this year.
What a name.
He connects with every shot that he puts up. The only thing that could be an issue, and again, I'm not to bury the lead, but Tennessee goes pretty far in my bracket. But Dalton Connect might be the best offensive player. Also might be the worst defensive player in the entire bracket going on right now. And he plays a lot of like grab and go, get a bucket mentality. It's like the year of like the white boys going to get buckets this year, which is fun. But their entire team play style is completely different than Dalton Connect's play style. So we'll see how that ends up going in the future here. 2 more points. Boo Booey. Have you heard of this man?
Why? His name is Boo?
Boo Booey plays for the Northwestern Wildcats, and he might be the sole reason why they might upset somebody this year. Because Boo Booey is an electric factory. I watched when they were playing in the conference championships. Well, not in the championships, but in the tournament. I was watching him, and I've heard his name a few times. Watching him play was fucking electricity.
You think Boo Booey's got the ability to overcome FAU, who's been playing far better competition all year?
I don't think that they do, but I do think that if it were to happen, Boo Booey's going to have quite a fucking game. That's kind of where I'm at.
They need a song for this guy.
Like, yeah, it's like the Mo Bamba song. Remember when Mo Bamba was going out and they made that? They need to make a Boo Booey. Yeah. And then the last point I want to make is that, number one, Nebraska's in the fucking tournament, when is the last time you saw Nebraska Cornhusker in the men's college basketball tournament?
Something Managa. What's his name? Oh, my God. He's great. He's the next Japanese hype.
You talking about Keisei Tominaga?
Keisei Tominaga,
who is now the
Japanese
Steph Curry is what they're calling him. The Japanese Steph Curry.
I love that guy.
Part of me hopes that they can take down Texas A&M play.
Love that guy.
All right. So that's all of the interesting stuff I wanted to say. And then that leads into how we picked, and I will explain this.
All right. Pause.
Go ahead.
Tominaga, that's my guy. All right. Drained so many threes on Friday night.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That boy went off.
Yeah.
And he is Jeremy Lin 2.0.
Every time he makes it, too, he does like the little cash thing. And he just walks up and says,
southpaw.
He
wears a headband. And he's just like Jeremy Lin personified. Like, he's just like this big.
Yeah.
If you're
and that's a team with
this big.
That's a team right now with no NBA draft picks, and he might mess around and find himself a way on doing it.
Shout out to Tominaga.
That's the guy. All right, so I wanted to give one stat that is going to be incorrect because everybody's saying it right now, and this is the defensive and offensive efficiency stat. So 95% of the NCAA tournament winners have met these 2 criteria. 21st or better in adjusted offensive efficiency, 37th or better in adjusted defensive efficiency. Only outlier for offense was UConn in 2014, which is the outlier for a lot of them. Is that the Kemba Walker year, or was he 09? Regardless, I think he's 14.
I think that might have been Kemba's year. I think you're right.
Yeah. And that team was kind of like, holy shit, how did this happen? The defensive one is 2021 Baylor's going to be our outlier, due partly because of COVID that kind of kicked off half their season. So those are the only 2 outliers, which means these 8 teams, if these statistics are correct, have a chance to win. UConn, which everybody's picking in the world. Purdue, which everybody knows they're going to fuck up. Duke, Arizona, Auburn, Creighton, Houston, Marquette. If you didn't pick any of those teams, then the statistics say that you're going to be wrong, which means you're probably right. That's what I'm saying.
ChatGPT came up with a wonderful matchup for the championship game this week. Well, not this week, but this year. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This year, ChatGPT has Baylor.
Are you saying B?
Playing what?
Are you saying GBT?
GP?
P.
G. Okay, sorry, I said it fast. GPT.
Okay, I was like, it's not a B, is it? All right. Sorry, go
Chat GPT. Sorry.
Okay.
Chat GPT
Yeah.
as a prediction. And I asked it today. I said, Chat GPT, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Like, man.
Yeah.
Just sounds like a disgruntled African-American male. It's like, man, shit, I don't got time for this today.
What did ChatGPT say, Mike?
Man, I can't give you a straight answer.
Oh, my God.
But
That is what GPT said, though.
Yeah. He's like, but if I had to predict it,
This
here's
is
where
what
it
I'd
is.
say.
So, ChatGPT said Baylor and Gonzaga are going to go after it for the championship game. And we will see Gonzaga is the winner of the tournament.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's not going to happen, but that's fine.
Good a guess as anybody else. It's all right.
That's insane. Like,
What if
Gonzaga's
they're right,
not winning
then?
this year.
What if they're right? You heard it.
Then-
I mean, St. Mary's beat them. St. Mary's beat them on Friday night.
That's what and St. Mary's is a good team, but still, I'm like, hey, man.
St. Mary's is a great team.
I don't think
Mary's
Gonzaga-
going pretty far this year.
If Gonzaga didn't win 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they're not winning this year. That's personally how
All
I
right.
feel, but who knows?
Now let's give you our predictions. Vince,
Yep.
we'll start at the East. We'll
Sure.
go to the South. We'll see who's going to play each other there, and then we'll break down the West and the Midwest. Are we ready?
Okay. I love it. Yes.
All right. Game 1, UConn Stetson. Who you
Everybody's
got?
pick. Everybody's pick is UConn. My pick is UConn as well. They're getting picked at a ridiculous clip to win the whole damn thing from everybody right now. Yeah.
Done. Okay. FAU Northwestern.
Sorry,
Who you got?
boo-booey. Sorry, bud. FAU.
I got it as well. Okay.
Okay.
Let's keep going down the line. San
Yep.
Diego State UAB. Who you got?
SD State, bud. They made it last year.
Same. Wow, almost like we read off the same script this year. San Diego State. All right, so Auburn, Yale. Who you got?
Auburn, 4 seed. Go ahead.
Give me Auburn as well. So we got San Diego State and Auburn, first seed, and then we got UConn, FAU. All right.
Yep.
All right. Now bleeding into this little trap,
Yep.
who wins San Diego State, Auburn?
I got Auburn.
Give me San Diego State. Who
Okay.
wins UConn, FAU?
Connecticut.
Give me UConn as well. All right,
Okay.
so we have a difference. All right, let's go down to the bottom bracket. BYU, Duquesne?
Yes.
Duquesne?
Well done. BYU. Give it to the Mormons.
Same. Illinois.
I do think they lose against UAB, though. I want to make that clear. If they had to play on Sunday, they're fucking lost. That's how I
Maybe.
feel. But
Maybe. UAB's out of Michigan? Detroit?
I thought it was Alabama, Birmingham.
Oh, what the fuck do I know? Anyways, let's
I
continue.
might be wrong. There's
There's a lot of these schools. There's a lot of these schools. I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
You're probably right. UAB
Yeah.
is Alabama, Birmingham. All right. So we have Illinois and Morehead State.
U of
Who
I.
you got?
Come on. U of I.
Same. So we got Vince and I both predict those same two picks. Bottom ranking conferences, BYU, Illinois, UConn, and FAU. All right, here we go. Washington versus Drake.
I'm taking Drizzy on this one.
Crying in his shower. Crying so hard. Same.
This is
I
my
got Drake.
first upset.
Okay, Iowa State, South Dakota State.
ISU, man. Iowa State.
Give me Iowa State as well. All right, so we got BYU, Illinois, and then we got Drake and Iowa State. Who wins BYU, Illinois? Who you got?
The Mormons, brother. BYU. I got them winning. They're not
No
making it to the
faith.
Sweet.
No
Nope.
faith. See,
Hey.
this is where we differ. I got Illinois. Okay.
They haven't made it to a Sweet 16 since 05. That's what I'm saying.
All right. In one aspect, Vince's glass half full. I'm on the opposite. All right. So let's go U of I. I got U of I in that game. All right. So we got Drake, Iowa State. Who wins that game?
Drizzy, baby. Drake's moving
And
on.
you're going. All right. So we're going underdogs. All right.
Yep.
I got Illinois and Iowa State. I got Iowa State winning that game.
So we're opposite.
All
there.
right. Now, so that would put UConn and Iowa State in the Elite Eight.
For
Is that
you.
or Sweet 16?
Sweet 16 is going to be UConn, Auburn, BYU, Drake for me.
Okay.
And then I got
Where
UConn
Mike
versus Drake for the Elite Eight.
Mike is going to be the opposite. All right. I like it. All right.
What do you have for Elite Eight then?
The Elite Eight would be UConn and Illinois. Or
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. UConn, Illinois. That's what I got. All right. Let's go to the West, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Let's go to the West. We're just going to work our way down. Or shall we go to the South?
No, let's go to the West. Keep going.
Let's go East-West. I like it. And I tell myself. We're
North Carolina,
west.
Wagner.
All right. Who you got?
North Carolina, all day. Keep
Same.
it moving.
Mississippi State, Michigan State.
Izzo season, Michigan State.
Same. We got the
Yeah.
same. Wow. This is like we almost run a podcast together. All right. We got St. Mary's and Grand Canyon State. Who you got?
It's spacious, bud. Where's the defense? Give me Grand Canyon. Let's go.
See, I'm staying East. I'm staying Catholic. Give me St. Mary's. I like St.
Okay.
Mary's. I'm rolling. I saw St. Mary's pump Gonzaga,
Yeah.
and I am rolling with that.
I don't
all
believe
right.
much in Gonzaga.
Um,
for what it's worth.
Alabama, Charleston. Who you got?
Bama.
Give me Bama as well. So that puts St. Mary's and Bama. And that for Mike and Grand Canyon. And Bama for Vince.
Yes.
All right. Let's keep going down the line here.
Yep.
All right. We got Clemson and New Mexico.
Football school, but they're winning it this year, bud. Clemson.
Give me New Mexico.
Ooh, I like it.
Baylor and Colgate. Who you got?
Hey, former Jacobs High School starting quarterback did go to Colgate, but regardless, I'm taking Baylor. So, well done.
Give me the Big 12. I got Baylor as well.
I don't care for that
So-
toothpaste company.
Vince has got Clemson and Baylor, and
Yep.
I have New Mexico and Baylor. All right, let's keep moving down the rank.
Yep.
Dayton, Nevada.
Dayton.
Give me Nevada.
Mhm.
Arizona and Long Beach State.
Arizona. Hey,
All
you know
right.
what? You know what the team mascot is for Long Beach State?
No idea.
The Beaches. Long Beach State Beaches. Or beach, rather.
Are they plural or just the beach?
Just beach. They're all the beach.
So is it just like a big like beach on a pool noodle?
No clue. I just looked it up. It's like Long Beach
All right.
State Beach.
So we got Nevada and Arizona for Mike,
Yep.
and then we have Dayton.
Arizona.
Okay, so you got Arizona. I got Arizona as well.
Yep.
So you would have Colgate, or you would have Clemson and Baylor. I have
Yep.
Baylor and New Mexico. Who are you taking?
I got Clemson and I got Arizona moving forward on those two.
See, I got Baylor. All right. Now looking up you got Grand Canyon and Bama. I have
Yep.
St. Mary's and Bama. Who do you have moving forward there?
I have North Carolina and Bama in my Sweet 16.
I have Michigan State and St. Mary's
Let's
upset
go!
season. Let's
Change
go.
it around.
So that
We
would
need
put my
that.
Elite Eight at Michigan State and Arizona, and Vince would be Bama and Arizona. Is that correct?
I would be North Carolina and Arizona.
Okay. Safe pick. We'll see how it works out for him, Cotton.
We'll see.
All right. Should we
Hey,
go
there's
to
always
South?
there's always a 1-2 matchup. There always is. So that's my 1-2 matchup.
Okay. I'm on the opposite side of the rung, and you'll see why.
Cool.
All right. So let's go south. We got Houston and Longwood. Houston, same. Tipping on fofos. Nebraska and Texas A&M.
Can't quit my guy. Give me Nebraska.
Tumanaga. Rolling with the same. So we got Houston, Nebraska. Wow, these first picks of Vince and I are eerily similar. I love it.
Yep.
Wisconsin
I
and
guarantee you
James
it's not
Madison.
now.
You.
I guarantee you it's not now. I'm taking JMU, baby.
Really? You're taking
Yeah.
JMU? Give me
You're
Wisconsin.
You're going to be kind of fucked up about my next one, too.
They played very, very well
Yeah.
on Sunday against a very good team.
They're on
I guess
fire.
go
I'm not
by.
going to lie. I could
Yep.
come back to regret this.
Okay, so Vince takes JMU. Duke and Vermont. Who you got?
Vermont, bro. I don't like
I
this
got
Duke
two.
team. I don't like this Duke team one bit.
So Vince has two underdogs making
Yeah.
it to round of 32.
Yep.
where Mike just goes with the 5 and the 4, calls it a day. We both agree on Houston and Nebraska. Let's
Yeah.
see where this little mold takes us. All right, so we have Texas Tech and NC State. Who you got?
Surprisingly offensive forward Texas Tech I have moving on. You'd expect them to be a defensive team, but not the case.
I disagree. I'm rolling with NC State. NC
Okay.
State beat top-ranked North Carolina
Yep.
on Saturday night and looked wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
So I am going to run with NC State. Give me NC State. All right, Kentucky and Oakland.
Got Kentucky, man. Got to take Kentucky.
All right, I took Kentucky as well. All right,
I was
so
going to say,
Vince
did
has
you take
Tech-
Oakland?
No, I did not take Oakland. All right. So here we go. So Vince,
I will
once again,
say though, Kentucky, probably the biggest collection of talent in the entire tournament. Like far as all of their players are fucking amazing. There is one ball. We'll see how that works out. But Kentucky's very, very talented. Very talented.
Let's keep it moving.
Yep.
So Vince has Texas Tech against Kentucky. Mike has NC State against Kentucky. All right, Florida against Boise.
Boise, yeah. Is it Boise right now? They beat Colorado.
I think.
I took Florida regardless.
Same. I got Florida. Marquette against Western Kentucky.
As much as it kills me, I took Marquette.
I took Marquette as well. Shout out to Jimmy. All right, Florida Marquette. Who you got?
Marquette. I don't like Marquette.
I love Jimmy.
I know. I did too. I took Marquette again.
I took Marquette again as well. NC State, Kentucky. For you would be Texas Tech, Kentucky.
Yep, I took Kentucky.
I got NC State.
Ooh, they're moving forward, huh?
Team of Destiny. All right, Wisconsin versus Duke. You have JMU versus Vermont. Mike has Wisconsin versus Duke. Who do you got?
Yep. I have JMU moving on.
I have Wisconsin beating Duke. How about Houston, Nebraska? Who's the winner of that game?
Houston's so fucking good.
Same Houston.
Yeah.
All right, so that would put Houston and Marquette.
Yeah.
All right, in our final or our Elite Eight right there. So we have you. Oh yeah, you would have a little. Yeah, you'd have a little bit different. You would be Houston and Kentucky, wouldn't you?
I'm Houston versus James Madison and Kentucky versus Marquette, and I said James Madison moves on. So JMU versus Kentucky.
Wow, we both got some underliers here, but for me, Houston, Marquette are my 1 and 2. So we both have some 1 and 2s. I also got some 1 and 2s moving on here. Okay, interesting. Love it. Parody is fun here.
Midwest.
All right. Midwest. We go west. All right, Midwest. Here we go. Purdue against Mountain State Grambling.
They're playing Grambling, I think, now, for sure.
Grambling.
Everybody's going to go against Purdue because Purdue fucking crashes, but I'm taking them first game. I have to. Edie Ball is the fucking most horrible thing to watch besides Virginia, but I got to take them.
I'm with you. All right, give me Utah State, TCU. Who you taking?
Utah State.
Wow, give me TCU.
Yep, a lot of people are taking
TCU, Purdue. I like it. All right, we got Gonzaga and McNeese.
Yeah.
Who you got?
McNeese played the Mississippi Women's School this year.
I saw
the male team in the Mississippi Women's School. So I'm taking Gonzaga. Is what I'm landing on.
I'm taking McNeese.
Shut the fuck up. No way. Okay.
I like them. They've been hot. They've won their past 8 games. So
I know, but who? That's my issue.
Doesn't matter. Momentum's momentum, baby.
Win games, man.
Kansas versus Samford. Who you got?
Yeah, Kansas.
Give me Kansas as well. All right, we have South Carolina versus Oregon.
Oregon.
Give me Oregon as well.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
Creighton versus Akron.
Creighton, baby.
Creighton. Oregon, Creighton. Vinny and I agree. All right. Vince, potentially very orange matchup. Potentially orange.
You called it, bro. I took Texas, and I took Tennessee.
You took Texas.
Yeah.
Texas versus Colorado State. Give me Colorado State. I feel like Texas shits the bed.
Yeah.
Tennessee versus St. Peter.
Tennessee.
I took Tennessee as well. So I have Colorado State. And
what
Tennessee.
Are they, Mountain West?
Vince has Texas. Yeah, I think so. But Mountain West is tough this year, man.
Mountain West is a lot. Mountain West took a lot of the Big East bids, but part of me is Mountain West kind of sucks until last year when San Diego State got there. Outside of that, they've been sucking. Like they're not. You're supposed to be good in the tournament, so we'll see how that goes.
Don't forget about New Mexico State. They got that guy who sounds like Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. We got Kermit the Frog that smokes cigars. Yeah.
All right. So, Colorado State versus Tennessee for me. Texas versus Tennessee for you. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Tennessee. Dalton Connect, baby.
I got Tennessee as well. Oregon,
First year in 5 years, I'm not taking Texas to win.
Let's see what Tennessee does. Oregon, Creighton. Who are you taking?
Creighton.
We both have that
Creighton,
matchup
Tennessee.
for the Sweet 16.
Cool.
I love it. All right, so you chose Purdue,
Gonzaga and Kansas, and then Purdue and Utah State. Yep.
Okay, so it would be Purdue, Utah State for Mike. Purdue, TCU. Who are you taking?
I got Purdue and Gonzaga.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept them
Purdue
going,
and
man.
Kansas. I have Purdue and Kansas because I have McNeese moving forward and beating Gonzaga.
I don't know if I believe in
Kansas.
Kansas. But also, if they go to play McNeese, like they're going to be playing almost a full starting lineup for Kansas. So they could actually get hot.
So Creighton, Tennessee, who would you take?
Tennessee.
Tennessee and Purdue. I took Creighton. So I have Purdue and Creighton. And that would mean Michigan State versus Arizona. Vince has North Carolina versus Arizona in his final or Elite Eight.
Yep.
So that would bring it up to now Purdue, Creighton for us.
Yep. Well, no, I got Gonzaga versus Tennessee.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking Purdue falls off. Okay.
I think Purdue loses to Zaga.
Okay. Okay, so what is your Elite Eight looking like?
I got UConn Drake. I got North Carolina, Arizona. I got Gonzaga, Tennessee, and James Madison, Kentucky.
Okay. Who do you have? Okay, Mike has UConn, Illinois.
Yep.
Illinois, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State, Arizona. Purdue, Creighton. And then finally Houston and Marquette.
Got it.
So, who's your Final Four?
Final Four, Drake, Arizona, Kentucky, Tennessee. Drake's going on a beautiful run this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have Illinois and Arizona.
Okay.
And Marquette and Purdue.
Okay, so, you're going higher seeds for sure.
Oh, higher seeds for sure.
I have a 1, 3, 2 2s, and a 10 in my Final Four.
So in my scenario, I have U of I playing Purdue.
Which is 3 versus a 1.
Yep.
Okay. That's the championship game? Or no, it's Final Four.
I have no. That's my championship game. Purdue against Illinois. I got Zach Edey going all the way. Midwest Bowl. Who do you got, Vinny?
You get a fast team against that Purdue team, man. I got Arizona versus Kentucky. I'm telling you, Kentucky's talented as shit. They're very, very good this year.
All right. We'll see if it gets them over the board.
Now, who wins yours?
Who's your champion?
I got Arizona. Okay. They're winning at home, brother. They're winning at home.
All right. So this is where we're polar opposites, and this is where the irony in all of this is fucking hilarious.
You took Illinois?
U of I all the way.
Shut the fuck up. No way.
U of I, I'm going to send you the bracket.
Wow.
I can't
if you
make
guys
this
don't
shit up.
know this, we both lived in Illinois. Mike moves to Arizona. I take Arizona. He takes Illinois where I live still. What a beauty, dude.
The parity
Friendship.
is real, people.
Friendship, man. Look at us go.
I tell you. This is great. So there you have it, our brackets. If you could follow, we will post them.
Yeah.
Vince's bracket, Mike's bracket.
Oh,
so pay attention to that on the socials. We'll see how that all works. I'm excited, man. This is where I actually get excited about basketball. I don't know what it is about this tournament. There's not many things.
Want to know what it is?
What is it?
Win and go home every game. You have a round of 64. It's win or go home. You have 32 games where they're playing their fucking hearts out to make it to the next round. You don't get that in a game of 7. You get that in a win or go home.
It's the principle of just the same thing as college football, right? All these guys are trying their very hardest to win these games.
Yeah.
And they know it's really win or lose your bid. And that's it.
Yeah.
So the defense is spotless. They play very sound technical basketball, and you can tell it's no prima donna games. They will
And
play
they
through
can't
injuries.
make as
They will
many
play.
shots, and it allows you to just fuck around, and crazy shit can happen all the time. I love that.
It's wonderful. Just like how, what was it, JMU or was it Oral Roberts beat Purdue last year?
Yep. I thought that was Fairleigh Dickinson.
It was Fairleigh
Yeah.
Dickinson. I'll never
Yeah.
forget watching that game. It went down
What
to the
a-
wire.
And I'm telling you, like, and that's the thing.
That's-
There's going to be one of those teams, like Grand Canyon, McNeese, Samford. Like, one of those teams are just going to sneak in and do something crazy.
Who knows? Maybe it's Drake.
I mean,
Maybe.
I hope so. 10 seed, get in here, man.
Maybe it started from the bottom.
Pride, Nebraska, Drake.
Now they're here. I love it.
That's so.
As you know, this
God.
was a riot of an episode. We appreciate you being with us. And as always, we got some socials you got to follow. We're on the Instagram. We're on the Twitters. We're on all of them. So go make sure you subscribe there. TikTok is in full effect. YouTube is the newest. If you'd like to see these beautiful fotches,
Yeah.
Vince is in green. Mike is in purple.
If
We
you
have
want to see the spin wheels, if you want to see us do
Oh.
these things, we're showing it on our YouTube. So you don't have to just hear our reactions. You can goddamn see it for yourself. Get in there and do it, guys.
get in there and do it. And as always, share it with your siblings.
Do it.
All right? You got a brother, you got a sister, you got something. Just share
Yeah.
it with them. All right? And as always, we'll see you next week.
Peace.